when he's writing his book, and he was being fucking creepy because he was writing a book and, like, all this stuff, and we went, you look like Ezra Fitz, and then reveals that the character of the book he's writing is
Ezra.
Fucking Ezra.
Of course,
only freaks!
Only fucking freaks do that shit.
And then, like, later when he's like, we need fake names because we're on the run, and he makes his Ezra, I was like, freak! Hi, it's Megan.
And it's Bree.
And we just want to talk about TV.
Welcome to our podcast,
UNSERIESOUS. Each episode, we're going to cover a TV show, new or old, and have a silly little conversation about it.
So grab a snack, get comfortable, and let's get unserious.
Hello. You.
Final
season, our long-awaited pod on the season 5 series finale of You. Oh, and we're cracking a cold one open with the boys.
With Joe, not with Joe. Not with Joe, even though I'm cosplaying Joe right now.
We're so Joe.
We're so giving Joe.
But You is joever. Ended a couple months ago, but we're finally here to talk all.
Yeah, wait, when did we start it?
I think we started it like the week it came out, which I think was late April.
Okay.
But then a lot was going
on.
on.
We took a little nap.
And Jenny and Georgia came in.
Jenny and Georgia kind of came in, took over.
Yeah, as we
psyche.
know. Our psyche. Our hyperfixation. We love Jenny and Georgia, but we are here to discuss Joe Goldberg today. But before we do that, just want to check in with Bree, see how Bree is, what Bree's been doing. How is Bree?
How is Bree?
How are you?
I'm just fucking fantastic. I'm good. I'm out here. What have I done? I'm ham for ham.
We're hamming out.
I'm literally hamming out so hard.
Ham for ham.
I'm sick in the head ham for ham.
Last week we were like, oh, the Tonys are tonight. And they don't wore the Tonys that night.
The Tonys were that night. And after that night, I was changed.
We had our TV as loud as it possibly could have been. And we were freaking out over the Hamilton performance. And it did not disappoint.
It did not disappoint. And it wasn't long enough. And I had to go just listen to them. Yeah. And then I realized this is the best thing ever.
It's so good. It's one of those things where you're like, oh, I'm really in it. It's just it's one of those recency bias type of things. When you're listening to something, you're like, this is the greatest thing ever, or a show or whatever. And then you take some time away and you're like, surely it can't be as good.
Surely it's not. It's just perfect.
It is so fucking good. Lin-Manuel Miranda, for whatever the hell else he's
doing.
One.
He cooked it.
If he could do one thing right. Oh my God. It's just so good. It's just so well done.
I was literally crying.
It's just great.
It's so good.
Great musical theater in action. And what else happened to the Tonys? It was cool to see Darren Criss win his first Tony. Darren. What else was fun? Sarah Snook right away, first Tony.
Boom.
Halfway to EGOT.
Yeah.
She got ET. She got ET.
She got that ET.
Extraterrestrial.
She got that extra.
Not the Kanye West version. Not the Kanye West version.
No, redacted.
We don't stand with Kanye West.
Mm-mm. But yours.
I got a dirty mind. I got filthy ways. And that's all.
E.T. What else happened on the...
Audra
Hamilton
McDonald
really just took over my whole
was so
mind.
good doing Rose's Turn.
That was so good.
It was really good. Although I'm
even though I'm wait,
everything's
Kurt
coming
Hummel
up. Kurt
is good. And then I was like, Miss Rachel Berry. My sickly mind.
Much Glee representation that day as well. Leah Michelle was there.
Yeah, don't worry, Leah Michelle.
There to debate.
Jonathan Groff.
Of course, he never does anything wrong. I think that was fun.
So Alex Newell won.
Mm-hmm. And then Jonathan.
And then
Darren.
I'm like, Glee sweep. I'm like, yeah, Glee forever.
Yes. Yeah, it was a good time. We love awards.
Yeah.
And we're gearing up, obviously, for the Emmys in a few months, but musical theater had its moment. And yeah, we love Hamilton.
Yeah. Wait, what else happened?
Yeah, I feel like I was trying to write down big things. I was
just listening to Hamilton.
Yeah, well, Sabrina Carpenter announced an album
for
end of August.
Which I'm shook, a whole new album.
I know, quick. Usually, I feel like traditionally, I feel like artists go like every other year.
Does this...
But Serena said...
Does that mean Lollapalooza?
Well, so her album will come out at the end of August.
So maybe she'll just like...
So there might be a couple new songs.
Singles, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm sure she'll do Man-Child. I'm sure there'll probably be another single or so before then. I feel like she'll have like her bonus tracks from... I almost said Sweet and Sour.
From Sweet and Sour.
Short and sweet. Just finding her and Olivia Rodrigo. I want Olivia to release new music soon.
Yeah,
I think,
TikTok, girl.
I think that was 2 years ago when
yeah, that was...
Guts came out. And then Renee, we know, is beginning of
Renee!
August.
I'm ready.
Yeah, music.
And who else?
I'm sure there's
Who's
others.
the other person?
Lord?
Okay, Lord.
Did Haim come out yet?
I think there's... Is it fully out?
I'm bad.
I don't think so.
I'd just be listening to...
I just listened to Hamilton
the whole week. Have you ever heard the wolf cry to the blue... I have my day list...
4 days.
Okay. Do I have Spotify in here? Let's see if my day list. Should we share our day lists?
Yeah.
We did this at my work dinner the other day. Theater. Okay, I think it changed a little, but it's still the same. Theater, family-friendly films, Sunday afternoon, something like that. So it was just like Disney music, Hamilton, Taylor Swift.
Oh, true.
And I was like, why the hell not?
Why the actual hell not?
Sometimes it gets me, though, to be like, you're depressed.
Crash Out Situationship Sunday afternoon. Yeah.
That's funny.
It's always so... Mine's always, like, sad. Yearning. So true. Yeah. And Just Keep Watching by Tate McRae.
Yeah.
I've listened to that so many times.
Will we be seeing the F1 movie? No. But will we be listening to
But will I be listening to that
you
song?
Fucking know
that really put me in the... I was like...
Yeah. Pop Girl Summer once again. Mm-hmm. I was trying to think of...
What else?
We've obviously been watching Ginny and Georgia. I fucking love Ginny and Georgia.
Ginny and Georgia.
Crying over Ginny and Georgia.
We're almost done.
Yeah, I'm going to be sad when it's gone. But don't worry. We're going to pod about that real soon.
Real quick.
So watch this space. Best show ever. Yeah. We're so close to our 100th episode. This is 90.
They need to shut us down at 99.
I think this is 96, or was Last of Us 96? Oh, I should know. Don't worry, guys. I'm going to find. Last of Us was 95. You 96. Ginny and Georgia 97. Something else. The Bear would probably be 99.
What's 100?
Watch this space.
Watch this space, y'all.
Something big.
Something big. It's gonna be like something like stupid. Something
it's
something huge is coming. Watch this space.
And it's us talking about...
It's just us talking. It's just us singing Hamilton.
It's just us doing Hamilton start to finish, and it's really bad. It's really copyright.
It's just
Hey, 10 years of Hamilton, 10 years of Bregan.
It's so bad
100 episodes
don't even get copyright.
Yeah. Lynn's like, I'm not
okay, I don't even care. This is awful.
That's so funny. Yeah, well, let us know what you guys, if there's anything else we want to watch. I feel like we can, either we're going to fit in adults before 100, or that'll come after.
Yeah, we should, adults and overcompensating.
Yeah. And then maybe some movie series, maybe some Pitch Perfect. I feel like I was really inspired to watch Pitch Perfect after the season of You with Queen Anna Camp ×2. She played twins, you know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I knew that. That's actually one of my highlights.
Mm-hmm. And then, who knows?
Who knows?
The summer's... We can watch Phineas and Ferb.
We could watch Phineas and Ferb.
Hard-hitting journalism. Is it as good as the original?
Yeah, that would be pretty...
Maybe we can dabble in some Phineas and
Ferb.
We
could dabble in
I think
Phineas
that would make me smile.
I think I would love to watch Phineas and Ferb.
Yeah.
That show holds up.
Mm-hmm. So good.
I'm like, I wonder how it is, though.
Yeah. All I saw was clips, and I was like, no, this
I've seen clips, and I was laughing.
Yeah. That's how you know. Much to come.
Anything else?
I don't know. I've just been thinking about Ginny and Georgia. We've been obviously smoshing out.
Oh, we watched Parent Trap at the summer movie. I'm like, what happened?
You're right.
We watched Parent Trap.
They at our local
first
park,
summer movie.
Summer has started because we watched a summer movie out on the lawn of Gallagher Way And it did not disappoint. The Parent Trap itself, but then it just like brings in a good crowd, brings in good vibes. Like we quote the movie, and then it was fun hearing other people quote the movie.
Yeah.
There's some people I couldn't tell if they were making fun of it or laughing with it, and I was like,
I'm like, is this your first time? It felt like it was their first time watching it.
The people behind us.
Yeah.
The people to the left of me, they were quoting it like they were quoting it. Sometimes
I feel like the people behind us were younger because they were like talking about like their dad. Like, she needed to go because her dad was picking them up. So I think they were younger, and they were probably first seeing it, and they don't get it. Mm-mm. Or they're just, like, what's the generation called?
Alpha. They are not allowed.
They're alphaing out.
They're alphaing out right in front of my
on the timeline, right behind us.
Well, they know that Dennis Quaid is here.
They didn't get it. They were cringing at Dennis Quaid.
I was like... I'm like, ooh. Nick Barker, to be clear, Nick Barker.
Ooh. Yeah. We don't.
The only time I say Dennis Quaid is here is referencing, which is also referencing Ellen, actually. So really dated reference. But iconic.
But that movie just like, I could watch it a billion times in a row. It's so good.
Oof.
It makes me like...
It's
feel all warm and fuzzy on the inside.
It was like I could feel it healing me.
Yeah. Chessie Nation.
Chessie Nation. We love Lisa Ann Walter.
Chessie.
Wait, I also have to talk about my big news, which is not my big news, but it's just like big news for me.
Oh yeah.
They're making a Spaceballs 2 officially, which is like one of my favorite movies of all time. I watched that movie when I was 3 years old.
The hell.
And obsessed with Bill Pullman when I was 3 years old. And now I'm obsessed with his son at 25 years old.
Wow, they never change.
It's just like weird. It's so wild.
It is kind of weird.
The timing of it is just wild. I'm like, this came to me at my moment of need. And they're making it, and Lewis is gonna play his son. Like, I'm scared though, because if they're parodying Star Wars like they did the first one, I'm afraid that he's gonna kill his dad.
Wait, that'd be iconic.
Because that's what happened in the newest beginning of the Star Wars trilogy, like the sequel trilogy, is Kylo Ren killed Han Solo, his dad.
Hell yeah.
So
I think he has to kill him.
I'm a little nervous, but I bet you
it's his time.
I bet you they're going to look good doing it. And I will be Santa!
I said, what the
in
hell?
2027.
In 2027.
So if anyone wants to Spaceballs out,
if anyone wants to hang out in 2027, Jesus.
You know where to find me. But yeah, that was thrilling. And my dad is the reason why I watched that movie so young. And then I told him, I waited all of my FaceTime call with my family to tell him, and he said, okay. Yeah, he was like, it's probably going to suck. And I'm like, just because it will probably suck.
Just because it probably will suck.
I have a shred of hope, but it's like when you make anything again, it's just not
especially after so much time.
This is a long time. And just like, even the feel of it, like it feeling like an 80s movie, really adds to it. Like when I see this new Spaceballs in Ultra K,
it's gonna be in 4DX. It's gonna be in fucking like 4DX.
Yeah,
your chair's gonna be shaking.
Yeah, but
they're gonna throw stuff at you.
I hope so. I saw a TikTok of a guy who was like, I wanted to see How to Train Your Dragon, but accidentally got 40X tickets, and it was like a clip of his popcorn going forward. And people were like, I saw Twister. One of the comments said, I saw Twisters in 40X, never again. I was like, I had a blast.
What? I will only want to watch Twisters.
Yeah, like 40X is for very specific times, and Twisters was one of those times.
That's the most perfect time.
And like we had to sacrifice.
That's the only time, actually.
Being in the front row, like, which was not ideal, but it was still a blast.
It was
like
still
we were
good.
truly in it.
Like, were we like this?
We felt it and we chased it.
And we really chased it. If you feel it, fucking chase it.
If you feel it, chase it.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
I love movies! Movies are back! That's the rest of the summer, is all the franchise films.
Yeah.
Jurassic World, Fantastic Four,
Dino
Superman, movie. Freakier Friday. Boom, 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 boom. And we're seeing Materialist on Tuesday, so watch the space. We'll talk about that next week. I'm scared.
Yeah, me too. I saw something.
I've seen like tiny things.
I don't know. It doesn't tell me something, but it makes me go, what happened?
Yeah, I'm scared, but I'm also like kind of now I'm like excited about it in like a new way. I'm like, what the fuck could possibly happen? So stay tuned for our review on that one.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Anything else from you?
No, just ham for ham.
We're hamming for him.
No, just how does a bastard
orphan,
when I son of a whore.
I don't think people get that Hamilton wrote the other 51. I turned on my iPad and it was there for a second. Now it's gone. Okay. Should we dive in for you, season 5?
Yeah, I'm scared.
Okay.
Oh.
I didn't get too into the weeds in the description because I feel like everything I could say is what we're going to talk about. So
okay.
This is pretty simple. You is a Netflix drama chronicling the life and crimes of serial killer Joe Goldberg. In the 5th and final season, Joe thinks his life is perfect. His loving and rich wife, Kate, helped him hide his crimes and give him back his name and his freedom, and he's been raising his son again, and he's even opened up Mooney's bookstore again under his own ownership. But when a mysterious girl named Bronte seemingly has been breaking in and sleeping at the bookstore, his past tendencies of cheating and murder bubble up to the surface. Between family drama with the Lockwoods and a plot twist that Bronte actually knew one of his first love/kills, Beck, Joe's kill count is at an all-time high. But this time, he might not be able to get away with it.
Oh, damn.
Dun, dun, dun.
Damn.
Hello. You. Goodbye. You.
Goodbye. You.
Wow. I'm going to be applauding my own. That's not really what I was reading.
Wow. You said, wow.
I realized that's what it looks like.
What a show.
What a show. Can I just say to start out that I actually thought it had like a solid, like complete ending.
Yeah.
Like, this is one of our, well, I feel like we started this podcast with a lot of shows ending. Succession, Barry, Maisel. Technically, Ted Lasso we thought was ending at the time. But I feel like, I'm trying to think if we've watched any other shows that have ended, like, completely since.
I don't think so.
Actually, so this is like...
They all, like, just ended at once.
Yeah.
And then the other shows are still
going on, or they're old shows we're revisiting. Yeah. But it's a big thing watching, like, a show come to a conclusion. I feel like there's a lot of controversial series endings that happen. There's some that are just like, okay, and like I feel like that's how my parents felt. The Handmaid's Tale just ended. Okay, I didn't want to watch that, but they were like, I think they're making like a spinoff of that show, and I think they left a lot open so the spinoff can talk about it. But that frustrates me because if you don't want to watch the spinoff, can't they just fucking end? Yeah, I don't know. I don't go there.
Bronte's in that show.
Yeah, love her. Oh, can I also say right off the bat, really enjoyed her, and I'm mad that the actress is getting hate.
Yeah, I liked her.
Like, there's a lot of complicated feelings for the character we'll have to dissect, but she slayed it.
But I think it was a good type of character to have in it to explain.
And my poor girl is gorgeous.
Yeah.
And people are so fucking mean.
What?
And I just have to say that. We're not feeding into the hate. We love and we stan.
I stan her.
But yeah, I think that the show had a solid ending. I think the only thing that could have made it better were, like, more reoccurring characters coming back, but I feel like that's less, like...
Yeah, what could have really saved it is if Love Quinn came back from the grave
but,
and
like,
beat Joe's ass.
I, like, totally think that would have made it better, but I also think that was
that would have been crazy.
Well, yeah. But, like... I think that was just probably, like, circumstantial shit. Like, they probably wanted more things to, like, come back. Like, they've already talked about, like, having wanted Jenna Ortega back even last season. Mm-hmm. So, like, I'm sure that's all just, like, circumstantial stuff. But for what they were able to do, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Like, I think they kind of crushed it.
They even got our severance man.
Yes, Dylan!
Yeah.
Zach Cherry. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were, like, I had heard that Katherine Gallagher was going to pop back up.
Yeah.
Fucking love her. Wait, side thing. Did you know that she's dating Jacqueline Taboni?
Yes.
Obsessed! Yes. I just found that out.
I just found that out yesterday.
I think I found that, like, yesterday or the day before. Like, I'm thrilled because I love both of them. And together, stronger than ever.
Stronger than ever.
Hell yeah. So was so excited to see her and, like, even the glimpses. 40 and Love's mom.
Yeah.
Like, said Zach Cherry. And then when he showed up.
What's his name? What's the little boy's name from season 1?
Oh, Pablo? Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
I said the fuck.
That was cool. But I feel like we just didn't expect that. Part of me was wondering, especially with, like, the return to Mooney's. I was like, oh, is Zach Cherry, like, to Severance now?
No, I thought he was. I was like, there's no way in hell he's gonna be on this show.
And when they showed him, like, I feel like we applauded.
I literally was shook.
Like,
I was gagged.
I sat up.
And that's where I first saw him.
Yeah. It's like his lore, Zach Cherry's lore of, like, this, and then just, like, the Marvel cameos.
Yeah.
Spider-Man, do a flip.
Yeah.
And then for him to be King on Severance.
To be...
I wish that they didn't have to lump everyone into one category, because I'm really rooting for Jamel Tillman, if not John Turturro. But also Zach Cherry. A moment for Zach Cherry.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I thought it was, like I said, a solid ending. I think I only hoped for more of, like we were saying, like love, even in like a flashback or like a ghost-esque sequence.
Yeah.
Would have been nice.
That's my biggest loss.
Yeah. But for what it was, I think it was solid.
Yeah.
And we'll get into all the circumstances, I guess.
Yeah.
I had to applaud.
I applaud. Yeah.
Where to begin?
Where do we begin?
So they do a time jump a bit from season 4, and about 3 years had gone by, which I was trying to do the math. The show started in 2018. I think they're basically saying if it was like in real time and they jumped ahead, it's like Joe, from when we met him in season 1 to now, it's been about a decade of him doing this shit.
Yeah, he needed to be stopped.
He needed to be put down.
He needed something
And
stronger
apparently,
than...
I guess he didn't like kill anyone for 3 years.
I'm really proud of him.
And then Kate was like, my uncle
Kate
or
was
whatever,
like- and
Uncle
he's like,
Bob.
okay.
Bob Summer continues. I think I was thinking about that when we were starting. She said,
and he realized he can't go without.
no, he was like, hell yeah.
He's like, I love this.
Well, this is Joe's mentality is he thinks like he enjoys it, but he also thinks that's what makes him useful. And when people
He
look
thinks
at
he's
that,
helping.
yeah, and when people look at that as like a problem, he's like, you don't get it.
No,
You're the problem.
Literally so delusional.
Yeah, he's
Like,
Delulu to the max.
He thinks he's in the right all the time.
All the time.
Like, he always thinks he's in the right.
And it all goes back
His
to
voiceovers crack me up.
it's so, we'll laugh so hard. Like, I have this written down. I think it's in one of the last episodes where he's like, is this what soulmates are? Like, when he's back with Bronte, I'm like, you're such a crazy bitch. Like, it's so funny. And that's, I think, what makes the show enjoyable is, like, he sucks. There's parts of you that can go, okay, he became this way because of his mom and his childhood trauma and stuff. But, like, it gets to a point where,
There's a point where, girl, you gotta take this in your own hand. You can't be blaming everybody.
When he's like, I do this so I can protect women from the real bad men of the world. I'm like, you crazy.
You're literally just crazy.
He's so stupid. I love it. Like, that's what makes him fun to watch.
So stupid.
Like, he's so complex. And, like, that's the point of the show is you can see why people fall for this shit in real life because he puts on this charming persona.
But that's what I like that they did with Bronte's character. Like,
Yeah.
that really showed that, like...
They said, like, when Marianne came back, she was like, you think this can never be you.
Yeah.
And it is, and that's why it's so hard to break out of the spell.
And you don't want to admit that to yourself, that you
think
are,
you'd be
like, one of
smarter.
those people. Because you're like, I would never do that.
Yeah, well, that's what I think about. Like, it's scary. I mean, it could be anyone, but especially with men, you never fucking know because of... Like, it's literally just goes down to, if this man had gone to therapy... lives would have been saved.
This man.
If we took
this man.
mental health seriously in general, but if men could, like, take a step back and, like, deal with their shit instead of taking it in their head and feeding into all these ideal... Oh, my God. What a world.
Taking it out on
what a
innocent women.
Yeah.
And just everybody. He killed so many people.
Do you know how many total?
No.
Follow us on Instagram. That is the...
Oh, is it? That's so funny.
Do you have a guess?
I don't even know. Is it? No. I'm like,
guess
I feel
a
like
number
I'm gonna
and
go
I'll tell you
so
higher
high.
or lower.
40.
Lower.
Okay. 26.
Just a little lower.
24.
Lower.
23.
Yep.
Okay. Damn.
They had a list.
I knew I was gonna go too high, but Jesus.
Yeah, because I was wondering that too. Like, how many people did he end up killing? Because obviously, you
Like,
remember the women.
whole, you
remember, like, Beck and
like the main
Love, and
Yeah.
you remember like 40.
But then there's all these people on the way to those,
Yes, or like little subplots,
or just to the subplot.
because that's what makes Joe complex. Is in season 1, he was protecting that kid from the abusive stepfather.
Mm-hmm.
He protected Jenna Ortega from that pedophile.
Yeah.
So like it's fun to watch him because, like, I mean, at least me, like, you can separate. I know you two can separate and go, this guy fucking sucks. But as like a antagonist, anti-hero, whatever you want to like look at him as like the main character. He's the antagonist, but he's the main character. You're kind of like on his side sometimes. You're against him. Sometimes you're like, I kind of want him to get out of this because then it keeps it going.
I don't think the show would have worked if you couldn't root for him at all.
Yeah.
like having that as a
Yeah.
main character. Because like sometimes you're like, okay,
Yeah.
but
in early seasons, the flashbacks with his mom, the flashbacks with the guy who worked at Mooney's, you're like, oh, I see how he got here because he had a terrible childhood, terrible male influence in his life. Like, of course, that's what it leads to if you don't deal with that. But then you're like, oh no, this guy's gotta go.
This guy, yeah. And then you're like, this guy's really gotta
He's
go.
really gotta
He's
go.
like really creeping me out this season.
Yeah.
He's like scary.
Yes. Because he's just so, at this point, he's just so
He's just
deluded.
lost it.
He just lost, and he's like, I gotta do this for my son. Or he like genuinely thinks his son will be in a better spot. And until the end where he goes, maybe my son would be better off without me. We're like,
Maybe yes, girl, wake up.
Wake up, girl.
Girl. Oh, maybe my
God.
son would be better off without me. But it took Henry saying that to him.
It was so, oh, hell yeah.
He's so funny.
He's so funny. But that's, okay, I feel like he truly took himself down, like, a path of no return this year because it just kept getting stupider. Like, the reason why we made it to a season 5 is because he is smart to a degree. Like, he's a dumbass and he's delusional.
He's kind of dumb,
but he's smart enough to have made it this far.
Yeah.
But I think, like, he just got so much messier this season by, like, it surprised me that he at the end of this, let Maddie and the one guy live.
Yeah.
That's when I wrote, because I was like, he's spiraling when, like, so, Kate has 2 twin sisters.
Yeah.
Maddie and Reagan. Both played by Queen Anna Camp.
Slade.
Love Anna Camp.
She did so good.
She did so good. One was awful. One was ditzy, but then still had, like, layers to her. And Reagan was just so awful that her husband was cheating on her with her twin sister.
Yeah.
In love with her because she was nicer. And I think probably wanted to be with her anyway, but Reagan was so manipulative. I feel like there was some sort of storyline with that where, like, she just, like, took him for herself, basically, and had a baby because Maddie could.
Baby.
Crazy stuff. Leading bringing Maddie and Reagan into the cage, into the case, just to convince Maddie to kill Reagan.
Yeah.
And then letting Maddie live was surprising because then it's like, okay, yeah, she didn't want herself to go down, but that's still risky. Then, like, the husband finds out. He lets them live. I was shocked. I was happy.
Yeah.
But and then he, like, did the murder thing, like, planted the teeth on him.
Messy.
Which is like, okay, that was a smart move, but I'm like, oh, buddy.
I'm like, you're still so messy.
So when the Reagan and what's his name was like some rich man's name, but it doesn't matter. I wrote, this is unraveling. He's such a fucking idiot.
He's such a fucking
But you could just feel all the Lockwood drama was really taking
when he
him
takes
down.
the wrong twin. And
Yeah.
you took the wrong.
Oh yeah. That was really
Like
good.
that was good.
Yeah.
That reveal of, like, because that's how we find out.
Yeah, so he had killed Uncle Bob because it was threatening Kate's position as CEO.
Yeah.
Reagan didn't want her to be CEO either, and was also sus of Joe's past, rightly so. But he's like, I need to silence her, just to find out Maddie's the one having an affair with her husband. So it was Maddie there, not her.
Yeah.
Took Maddie.
And
then had Maddie kill Reagan.
And yeah, and she, yeah. Wait, how'd Reagan get in the box? Or
He showed up at her house and they were like fighting for a while.
oh yeah, and she
like,
then she
knocked her
ran
out.
in the yard, yeah. And then and that's crazy. And then puts her in with her twin sister and then goes, you have to kill her.
Yeah.
Like,
my
what
God.
the hell?
It's good TV.
That was good TV.
Like, for what this show is, such solid TV.
Boo boo.
Boo boo. I am your boo boo when he starts panicking at the end. Oh my God.
I am your
so
boo-boo.
funny. I also really liked, what's his name? Simon? Did I make that up? Kate's brother, half brother.
Teddy.
Yeah. I don't know where Simon is.
Teddy.
Don't look at me. Love him. I like that actor because he's been in a couple other shows I've watched. So I wish he got a little more screen time, but I liked him. I like that Kate had someone on her side that wasn't fucking insane like the rest of her family. And I'm glad that
I'm glad that Henry had him too.
Yeah, God, someone needed some fucking
Someone
stability
needed
for that child.
normal.
But yeah, that family really, I feel like, is what did
That's
it.
a mess.
Like, Joe was like, oh, Kate's family shit's gonna save me. No, it's honestly, like, a huge part of his downfall was that she had the power to, like,
Kate
do
had
a
all
lot
the
of that
power.
stuff.
Kate owned that's the baddest bitch I know.
I have to speak on Kate for the rest of the podcast. Love Kate. I feel like I don't remember exactly what we said last season on our pod, so go watch that. But I know that was like a harder season to get into, and I had binged 1 through 3 in preparation, so I was like, I want to watch you.
Oh, yes.
So like the first few seasons all hit in its own different ways. And then season 4 was interesting because it had to take him out of the country because he could not be his own name in person. His son was with the dads from season 3. And I feel like that season kind of lost me a little bit. I think just because it was just like so many new characters.
It's just so different and like so many new characters.
So many unlikable characters.
Yeah.
Except for Phoebe.
Lady Phoebe.
My girl came back. Yes. But I remember really liking Kate and thinking it was such an interesting dynamic that she had her own shit, and obviously he wasn't telling her the full truth.
She's done some shit.
But she kind of helped him out and covered up shit, which was tea. So she has her own like moral ambiguity, gray areas. But I love her.
She's so cool.
And like seeing them together, like they were sweet, you know, in their like consolidated moments before he goes off the fucking deep end again. But like seeing her with Henry was so sweet in the way that he truly looked at her as a mom, and they were talking about mommy love and stuff like that. Like I just like so attached myself to Henry and Kate. And Kate finally starting to be like, okay, this is fucked up shit. We can't do that. Well, she was like, we need to kill that guy. But after that, no more.
No, she's like, well, we do need to kill that guy, but then I'll never do anything again.
No, I love her. Literally, she's never done anything wrong.
The
whole season was like, you've done shit too, and she's like, and this is my penance. But I'm like, no, she deserves. It's like honestly watching Ginny and Georgia. I'm like, no, she's never done anything.
No,
wrong.
literally, that's how I feel. I'm like, she's actually never done anything.
No,
wrong.
I love her, and like the length she was willing to go to protect Henry, to take Joe down.
She shoved his ass.
Yes,
she was like not scared of him. She was like such a bad bitch.
No, she was like, I will do whatever I can, even if I end up dead, if I end up in prison. She's like, I will kill him myself. That was a crazy ending. Well, first of all, she got, I can't think of her name, out of prison.
Nadia.
Yeah. Who I also really liked last season. I was like, fuck yeah, she deserved that. And then them teaming up despite kind of like that drama. And then her being like, well, there's only one thing we can do. If this legally is still going to be complicated, we're going to have to kill him ourselves.
Yeah, like we're just going to kill him. I said... Exactly.
So queen. Good. Like she was everything she did, every outfit she wore, everything she said,
every line she delivered.
I love her. And then it all boils down to this big confrontation where she like had the funds to pay for like someone to drug Joe, put him in the box.
Yeah.
And he's confronted by her, Nadia, and Marianne.
That was badass.
Chills.
Oh, Marianne coming in was so cool.
So good.
I mean, like, you should have killed me better or whatever she said.
Yeah, because he's like, I'm so happy you're alive. I'm like, fuck you.
Shut up. Shut up. I was done with his ass.
The weekend. Shut up.
Oh, thank God.
It was so good. And none of them gave a fuck. Like, he was trying to manipulate them.
Fuck.
And then.
But then.
That was the most traumatizing
That's
part
just
of
awful.
the whole show. Like, well, that was also crazy earlier when they were like, I was like, also like, did we forget he got hurt? Like when they were referencing that, but it was just planting the seed for him thinking about that. Which is like, again, showing you that he is smart to a degree to have been prepared for that.
You're like, why does he have that?
But that was crazy.
The key in his fucking arm.
And let me tell you, the devastation when Kate got shot and was burning alive.
And the whole place was burning down.
And Bronte got him out, but not her. Yeah. So I was convinced that she felt her pulse and was like, she's too weak. Like, I'm not going to be able to get her out. Because at that point, Bronte was back on our side and we'll get into her. Mm-hmm. But like, I was literally like so devastated. Because I was like, if anyone's going to make her out alive,
there was no way she was alive. Like,
no. I had like a sliver of hope, but like the more it went on, like
I was like, because who would have gotten how the hell?
And she was not only getting the smoke and the fire, she had a gunshot.
Yeah, like that's so awful.
And then like
she can't walk.
In the next episode, my one shred of hope, but also was like leading me to believe, like when he was talking to Henry, and Henry's like, "What did you do to mommy?" I'm like, "Oh my god, she's really dead." But he was also
he also didn't seem.
He was a little more well adjusted, and the fact that they never said dead, I was like my one sliver of hope. And then during that ending montage when she strutted it with her burnt
arm,
guys, I started crying.
I can literally start crying.
I've been like much more sensitive lately, but like warranted. Like I, for whatever reason, was like, Pete's my comfort character, and now she's alive. Thank God.
And she's alive. Well, we lost some baddies, so having her still alive by the end was nice.
If they couldn't do that for love for whatever reason, at least we got Kate. Because I literally wrote down before we knew she was alive, England, I know how you feel. I lost my queen too. Love her. I was like, even if it makes no fucking sense that she got out of there alive, I don't give a fuck.
No, literally. I don't care.
Yeah. I'm glad that all the girlies made it out alive. Reagan, okay. Yeah. But all the girls.
I thought Bronte was dead too.
Yeah.
But she...
Okay. We gotta talk about that bitch.
Bronte.
We gotta get into it.
Everyone hates Bronte.
Not me. She would lose me sometimes.
Like, sometimes I'm like, you're dumb. But also... I thought it was an interesting thing to show that, like...
a very interesting back and forth.
She's literally her mind is like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And I feel like that was good commentary on the way that, like, we rationalize things. Like, they were talking about, you don't want to think you're dumb enough to fall for that shit, so you're rationalizing it.
Also, the fact that, like, the plot twist of her being, like, working with...
Oh, so good. So you're watching this for the first few episodes thinking, okay, another dumb bitch, no, affectionate, is like falling for his shit.
He goes, hello.
Yeah, and he's obsessed with her. And they have this weird flirty writing fantasy shit and like these tropey things. So you're like, okay, this is kind of cringe. This is kind of, but then
this is kind of absolutely fucking cringe.
But I was like, there needs to be a final girl. There needs to be a fifth girl. And then you find out when she takes him to this, well, she like has like a ex-boyfriend that's kind of shitty. And you're like, okay. And then she gets too emotional about like Joe and like him breaking up his marriage, blah, 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 and like she flees. But it really just lures him in. Even I think then wasn't she also kind of giving up on it in like real life too before this?
Yeah, like she was already like her mind was already like,
yeah. So but like
they had this whole plan.
In the context of the show, all you know is this woman he's been seeing. She's kind of pulling away. He goes after her to protect her from the seemingly ex-boyfriend. They spend the night together. The boyfriend shows up and he thinks he's doing self-defense and he does kill this man. But you find out that this was all planned.
And they get it on TikTok Live. They get Joe killing this man on TikTok Live.
Which is crazy. TikTok should be shut down.
All those TikTok viewers that showed it.
And that she, this whole time, knew that he was a prime suspect in Guinevere Beck's murder because she was one of Guinevere Beck's students and friends.
Yeah.
So this whole time she was playing him until she wasn't, until she started going,
until she started losing it.
And she started feeding into everything he's always done, manipulate, gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss.
And said maybe he's like, he's in the right.
Yeah, and in this, maybe he's done shit before, but it's always to protect someone.
It's to protect
someone.
Definitely
he only has back.
And he'd protect me.
Yeah. Wait, his delusions when Heidi Gardner was interviewing him. I just remembered that. And he was like so pissed at her and he was going almost about to turn full stalker on her. And then he gets like a text, or he finds out that she told the cops that he was innocent. Like he gets whatever shred of hope and he goes, maybe you do love me. And he goes full delusion again. Yeah. And it's like, I don't remember what order this all happened. Somebody's crying on the live with Heidi Gardner. And then he's like, I'm actually in love with Bronte and I have to leave my wife. My wife's crazy.
My wife's freaking crazy. I gotta leave her.
Crazy.
Wait, her like saying the story to the detective and being like, wait, it was self-defense. Like, I was like, no, Bronte, stay with me.
I thought it was sick. Like, I thought it was so cool when you found out this was a twist.
No, I know.
But then we lost a real one.
We lost her again. We lost the real one.
So I was like, so then I was kind of like, every time she would fall for one of his things and like, she was fully handcuffed to the bed and she was like, I think he's still good.
Yeah.
He's like, I only
She's
did
like,
that
this
so
is
you
my
don't
dark
hurt your
romance
ankle.
fantasy.
I only did that so you won't hurt your ankle, and you find out he was the one that fucked up her ankle later. Crazy work.
Ew, that's so
Wait, I have to have a moment before I forget. It was before the big twist when he's writing his book and he was being fucking creepy because he was writing a book and like all this stuff, and we went, you look like Ezra Fitz, and then reveals that the character of the book he's writing is
Ezra.
Fucking Ezra.
Of course.
Only freaks!
Only fucking freaks do that shit.
And then, like, later when he's like, we need fake names because we're on the run, and he makes his Ezra, I was like, freak! Freak! We're gonna eventually do a Pretty Little Liars season 4 podcast, but we just got to the part where Ezra went full freak on the ski
Ezra
lift.
went full freak.
On the timeline
on Maine, he went full freak on the Maine.
Anyway.
And Joe's going full freak.
Full freak. So yeah, he manages to pull her back in, and she's falling for it again, which I do think, despite us going like, oh my god, stay with us, is good commentary on the fact that this happens a lot. Like, a lot of men will, no matter what the red flags are, will trick you. And I think, I'm gonna butcher what the line exactly was. I think it was when she was like fighting him at the end, when she's like, we put up with this as a way to protect us from it really happening or something like that.
Yeah, like I know. The way she said it was so good.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know the English language. It was just like,
we make ourselves believe. I don't know.
We like
to deal with like,
we deal with you so we don't have to deal with, like, something like that, where it was just like, women put up with these men because we're afraid of putting up with these men or something like that. Like, not those words.
Yeah.
But it was that. So I'm gonna have to look it up.
It was. It was so good. I'll keep talking. It.
But I think it was just like,
a movie is like a movie.
That's how I feel right now. Yeah, no, dead ass. But like, I mean, it was a good, like, it was on the nose, but I think the point of this show is, like, we're watching this stalker for 5 years because, like, for 5 seasons, because this shit does fucking happen, and people romanticize them. They have him at the end reading letters from other women who are still, despite him being found guilty of all these crimes, still.
Maybe the problem isn't me.
It's you.
I'm like, did he just
fucking
call me out?
I was upset and looking at the camera, and he's youing us. I was like...
And he's looking right at our ass.
It was really... I thought that was really solid.
It's you.
I really enjoyed that. But yeah, I was obsessed. I think, like, it was good, like, calling out and having her slip back into it made it, I think, more realistic. As much as, like, as an audience member, you're like, girl, wake up.
You're like, girl, wake up.
But she was like, when she pulled him out of the fire and she, like, switched on him, and she had talked to Marianne, she had talked to Kate, all these things, like, she was finally coming back to her senses, but she's like, I can make sure he doesn't get away with this. Like, yeah, I could shoot him right now, or I could have left him to die in the fire, but that's not going to get justice. That's not going to get for all these women. It's not going to prevent him from dealing with the consequences.
Fucking rot. And like they said, like, the worst thing for him is being alone. Like,
yeah,
and now he's in
fucking deal with that.
He's like in
when he was begging
solitary
for him to
confinement.
Shoot her.
Yeah,
crazy work.
I'm like, this is, and then she shoots off his penis.
Which I didn't even clock. Right? I was like,
They
already did this. Jonah Hill already did that to Rob Riggle in critically acclaimed my favorite film, 21 Jump Street.
They already did that.
You shot my dick off.
You shot my dick off. He needed it.
That movie's so crazy. I love it. You guys know. Watch the scene, and she says
something. You know.
Yeah.
But like, I don't want to butcher it.
I was like, I knew in the moment I should write it down, but I was like really sucked in.
I was like, damn, that's good.
No, that whole sequence was really good. Like, I was like, why is she about to sleep with him?
I know. I was like, then at a time like this, and that's the moment she does it.
I said, okay, good.
I'm like, this is really messy, but I support it.
And then he's like fighting back and all this stuff, and then Henry calls, and he's talking to the one guy from season 2.
Yeah.
My sports bra.
I was like, what's happening over there?
I was like, this is going on too long. I have to address it. I liked that they brought that one guy back that was helping him.
Yeah. Gets Henry through a video game.
Yeah, which was impressive. And Henry being like, you told me there were no monsters in my room. You lied. Because you're a monster.
Like, he gagged him. Gagged him to filth.
Like, none of the other girls could do that.
Like, I was even gagged.
It needed to come from his
kid.
And
his little, he's so little, and he's like, you're the mom.
Yeah. And like that callback to Love being like, he's gonna know what you are.
Okay, that's what, I said,
that was
yes, he's gonna know. So that was the big callback to Love.
Yeah.
And that's,
Yeah.
The casting for him, so good.
So good. It's such a cutie.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want anything bad to happen to him. I was nervous.
I was like...
So another reason why I was so blessed that Kate was alive.
He needs to be okay.
Yeah.
Because he's gonna have some trauma.
No,
when
and
he
they were saying
threw
that...
the knife. Did he throw...
Oh, yeah. That was iconic. Yeah, I think I trust Kate.
Yeah.
Despite what she's gone through, I do trust that she's in a better place and will do right by him.
Both of his parents are killers. Love literally matched his freak.
Yeah, and he didn't even want
and
that.
he didn't even give her a literally.
No,
he couldn't even handle it.
No, such a stupid bitch.
Such a stupid bitch.
Well, she was kind of killing a lot of people.
She was a serial killer too, but
yeah,
you know,
and
I forgive her.
No, I stand beside her. Yeah, that was funny. I wish we saw the dad and the son. They were neighbors. That would have been. That was another thing. Okay. So, first things first. The ending scene, the sequence of them running in the foot. That was like so well done, just because it was so scary.
No,
like the feeling of being chased,
and when they have the gun battle and the lights flickering off and on,
so good. Like, but scary.
I was scared, and Joe literally scares me. Like the way he like runs towards her, like he looks fucking scary.
When she was in the house and she looked down, he ran back.
And he was running.
Terrifying.
I'm like, I'm actually terrified right now.
Even
like this is my worst nightmare.
The scene in the episode before where they're in the cage and the fire's starting and he pops up behind Kate, scary.
He's a spooky guy.
But it was like so well done and scary. And then you think Bronte was drowning, and that was devastating. I was like, how is he?
So was she just like pretending to be?
Maybe just so he would stop.
Yeah.
Honestly, smart.
Okay.
I'll give her that.
Yeah.
And then I thought he was gonna kill all those cops. I was like, he's about to go on a fucking rampage. But the cop was killed 23.
Oh yeah.
That was the last one.
Mm-hmm.
And then she had her big speech, which I really liked. And people were like, I wish, like, it wasn't a new person to bring him down, but I didn't mind it.
I didn't mind it.
Because I feel like they had the girls confront him in the cage in the episode before.
Yeah.
And then, like, Bronte coming back and you think you're about to lose her again, like, but she's on our side again.
And it made sense because she's the whole, like, storyline for this season. Like, she's, like, one of the biggest parts of this season. And
the threat of she knew Beck, and they were like, that was the one kill he could never escape from.
And her redacting the book,
I love that,
and republishing it.
Yeah, so it would
that's badass.
Fully in her voice.
That's I support her.
Yeah, I liked her a lot. Like there were obviously like every character has flaws, and you were supposed to be frustrated with her when she was going back, but that's like the point.
That was the point. That's why all that shit happened in only episode 5. Like so much more shit had to happen.
100%.
Oh
yeah, and then. What was I gonna say? Yeah, that whole sequence was so scary and fun and well done, and I enjoyed it. And that ending where you got to keep up with where everyone was.
Yeah.
Like the reveal that Kate was alive really saved my life.
Maddie's pregnant with twins.
Okay, that kind of made me emo too, because her poor twin, even though she was a bitch.
I know. It kind of made me sad though. Yeah. Even though she was evil.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's her
sister.
Twin.
Yeah.
That's her little twin.
Yeah. And Anna Camp, if I haven't already said it.
That's such a brutal way to go.
Yeah.
Like having to kill your own sister in a cage.
But I'm glad that like whatever the hell his name is got out of prison with his tattoo, and I can only think of his name on Parks and Rec now that I know that he was in that one episode of Parks and Rec. I can only think about that. But I was happy she got a happy. I was happy that like everyone who could possibly get a happy ending that deserved it did. Like Bronte did deserve it. And, like, her friends were on that podcast and hopefully can help take down all their fucking crazy men.
They're trying to get people.
And then Kate was okay. We know Marianne is out there making art. And Nadia is, like, teaching, like, at the women's prison. Oh, my God. Like, I was like, I needed to see all these people.
Yeah.
Having confirmed, like, a good life.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know what? If Kate could survive a fire, who knows? Maybe love is out there.
I think love, in my heart of hearts, love's out there.
And, like, Victoria Verdoni just couldn't fit it into her schedule.
She couldn't fit it in her schedule. She's still out there. She's alive. Listen, she got out of the fire.
Crazy things have happened.
I didn't see a dead body. I'm so delusional about love. Prove it. And what would she be doing? Killing more people.
No, she has a bakery.
She has a agree. She's innocent.
On, like, a different country.
Yeah. She's fine.
Oh. Yeah,
But
I had a fucking grand old time, I fear.
I did really love this show.
Yeah, like, it was a solid show.
Yeah, last season kind of lost me a little.
And then right at the end, it got me back.
It got me back. And then I feel like I really liked this season. Like, I feel like some people were like, I don't like this season. But
no, it felt like it took us back to our roots.
Yeah.
It did what it could.
We were back in the bookstore.
And the fact that it did bring back so many people, that's my only thing. Like, I know we've already said love. I would have loved to have seen... Oh, we didn't even say this. The guy that he killed to protect Bronte's ex-boyfriend was just her friend. That was John Stamos' son.
Oh, yeah. That was...
And that was my thing. I'm surprised we didn't get any acknowledgement. Did he get out of prison? I assume so.
Yeah.
Right? Because he didn't kill back.
Yeah. And now his son is
That
dead.
was what all
and now Sunset Boulevard looking motherfucker.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Because I've been seeing him... I've been seeing, like, they do, like, the walk outside of the theater... Like, at the beginning or something of Sunset Boulevard, like, he's, like, walks through all these people outside every day. Yeah. And I just kept seeing that. And then I was like, wait. Yeah. This is the guy from You.
I did not know that until you told me.
And people are like, this is the Jeremy Allen White of Broadway.
Oh, that's funny. Wait, love that for him. Because, like, yeah, like, when they showed him in the audience at the Tonys, I was like, he looks familiar, but I literally couldn't even tell you.
Literally.
That makes sense.
That, like, and I thought it was just because he, like, had the same, like, he kind of does look like Jeremy Allen White in some, and that's why I thought. But no, he was in You.
Yeah,
he was John Stamos' son,
and we didn't even get confirmed unless I missed it while I was crying over Kate. Like, I would have wanted to. I was surprised we didn't. I guess I don't know if they tried or John Stamos was busy. Like, I would have loved it. Like, a little small thing with him. That was my only thing. Like, bringing back love, bringing back him. I would have loved to have seen Jenna Ortega. Who else? There was someone else I wanted to see. Like, this father and the son from season 2, 3. It would have been cool to see as many people as possible, but I'm glad we got the people we did. Like, it was cool having, like, Catherine Gallagher and Zach Cherry, like we said. So,
this show has so many characters.
So many. And
some of them are dead.
Yeah.
And 23 of them are dead.
Fly high. Except for the fucking pedophile.
Wait, so Love's included in that list? So 22 people are dead.
Yeah, correct. Oh my God. Does like a little asterisk on her Instagram post.
22 are dead.
We're unsure.
Love's still alive, thank you.
Free her. Yeah. Fuck yeah, I'm glad he's locked up, and I like we said, that full circle ending with him looking at the camera. Like,
maybe it's you.
Like, that felt good. Like, when a show ends, when you're like, that felt like the way this show should have ended. Like, I feel like Barry did that. Like, it was, like, crazy, and some people might not have been happy with the ending, but I'm like, that was a perfect way for Barry to go out.
No, that's the only way Barry could go out.
And I think this was the perfect way for him
to go out. We could, like, at first I'm like, well, he needs to die, but I don't think that would have been even satisfying enough. Because he needs to freaking rot and think about what he did.
Amen.
And think about what he did. And I think
all the girlies need to get brunch.
Yeah, they just need to go have brunch. Like, and be like, what the fuck? And then Kate will be like, part 53 of Who the Fuck Did I Marry? Kate's like, what the fuck?
I just love Kate so much. When, like, Teddy made the business non-for-profit, and they said, fuck their father. Like, I'm gonna get a little teary-eyed. I love that. Wait, love the Lockwoods that are alive.
The Lockwoods.
Yeah, I stand everyone. I don't have anything bad to say about all the people that are still around. Kings and queens.
Oh, and the Lockwood business is now non-profit.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Oh, did you? Sorry, I spaced out for a second. I was like thinking about everything, and then I was like, oh,
yeah,
that's iconic.
I'm just emotional about them. I just love them. Yeah, wow. Powerful stuff.
Powerful stuff.
I guess I can look at my notes. I wrote, the only person Joe didn't cheat on was Beck.
God bless.
Which I guess is true. I don't remember what made me say that. It was during episode 5. And I guess technically Bronte.
Yeah.
But she was the last one, so.
Yeah.
Well, when they're fighting and he was like, this literally, she was like, wasn't this always gonna end like this? And he was like, no, not if you behaved, basically. Like, that's his delusion. He's like, finally found a girl who accepts me for me.
But if one thing goes wrong, you're gone.
Yeah, he was
and
like, you fucked it up.
And thinking ahead of, like, breaking her ankle because he's like, something may happen. So always thinking ahead that something's gonna happen. And then he's always looking for somebody else. He's always gonna be like, that's why he's always like, hello, you. To, like, everyone. Yeah. When he was with Love, and then he was like, he sees the neighbor.
Yeah. Queen.
Hello, you.
That was good. Oh my god! Wait,
every time he does that, it cracks me up.
It's so like when like it gets kind of like foggy and like he's like, oh,
and then he gets like so obsessive, and his voiceover is just like,
and he thinks he's so nice.
He's like, he thinks he's just the nicest.
When he crashed down, stabbed the couch.
He started stabbing the couch. I'm like, damn, what'd that chair do?
He's funny.
He's funny. He's kind of funny.
He was a very entertaining person to watch, and you know what? Sometimes he had me going, oof.
Hey, Megan, maybe it's you.
It's me. There are definitely girls out there that are like,
no.
I just really like Penn. Penn's a very talented actor.
Well, that's the thing. In real life, people like are really like crazy about serial killers.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I hate to bring up Spree on the pod.
Oh no, not again. I got a sick stomach.
If you've seen Spree starring Mr. Joe Perry, that movie was so icky, but that's the point. Is like, A, the lengths people will go to be famous.
Yeah.
And B, once he was dead, like Reddit posts about like, oh, he was so innocent.
Yeah, like he has a whole fandom.
Yeah.
I can't imagine watching that movie and then making a fan page for her.
Well, in real life, people do that, but in the movie, too.
Oh, yeah.
That's how it ended. Like, all these people popping up and being like, well, maybe he was this, and maybe he was that. Like, people do that to this day.
Mm-hmm.
In that movie was a good example. This show was a good example. And, like, that shit happens with, like, Ted Bundy's of the world.
Yeah, that's what, like, because that's why all those people get, like, so much mail in.
Yeah. Well, hey, Luigi deserves.
Luigi, I think, deserves it.
Yeah. And that's our official statement.
He only killed one person.
And we're going to brush past that.
And we're going to brush right past that, and I'm going to get him out, and he's going to do it one more time. Thank you. That's all I have to say about that. And that's my official statement.
And yeah.
But I'm like, what serial killer do I support? Villanelle.
Yeah. Hell yeah, she should have lived. What else do I have to say? What else am I talking about today? I think Barry should have died. I think Villanelle should have lived. And I think...
Let's speak on fictional serial killers.
I think that Ezra should be dead. He didn't kill anyone, but he should be dead.
He didn't even kill anyone, but
he should at least be in prison.
He should be in prison. Federal.
Lock him up.
Lock his ass up.
God. Okay.
I would die for you,
but then I just died inside. Oh.
And you deserve prison, but you won't
get time. Lisa's fucker's going to prison.
I think he's gonna. I think it was crazy when he got out. I mean, self-defense.
That was wild.
Like having that on TikTok and then being free.
Yeah.
Not even an ankle monitor.
Mm-mm.
And meanwhile, my girl Georgia
suffers.
Who has done everything.
Has done every crime they've accused her of.
As innocent as
she's fucking innocent. Okay, we gotta wrap this pod up so we can go watch.
Hold on, my arm's starting to itch.
Okay, sometimes I talk shit about Netflix, but sometimes
they got some bangers.
They've got some bangers. Shout out Penn Badgley. We love you for being not a freak in real life. He's opposite of Joe.
So against Joe.
He hates Joe.
And he's like, guys, remember.
Love him.
I'm like, yes.
Love him. That's my gossip girl.
That's my gossip girl.
Oh my god. Okay. Should we do highs and lows really quick? Epic highs and lows.
Lows.
Favorite characters.
I said Kate.
I put Kate in all caps.
Kate. Wait, I put Love.
As you should.
She wasn't
I did write honorable mention Love.
She wasn't even in it. Mm-hmm. But Marianne.
Yeah.
And Bronte. I liked Bronte.
I did like her.
And what's wrong with that?
No, nothing.
Like, literally on every TV Time episode, people are like, this Bronte girl is so annoying. I'm like, guys, I don't think you're watching the show right.
No. I feel like I need to remember the way that people watch TV is different than the way we watch TV. Like, we care about TV and we have media literacy.
We see the layers.
Yeah.
We see the...
Yeah. I think people many times just watch things at straight face value.
Yeah.
Just see what, just like it just happens in front of their eyes and they make an opinion. And I have to try to let that go because there are people I talk to in real life about other shows where it's just like, I hate this person, I love this person. I'm like, okay.
I'm like...
But I'm sitting here thinking about it and like absorbing it and giving it my full attention.
And I'm giving
and
it
understanding
my full
there are layers. Like, they're characters, but they're meant to be like real people with layers and complexities, and it's not black and white.
Exactly.
And for that reason, I put Kate, Maddie, and Bronte.
So true.
My girls.
And that for
and
that
honorable
reason,
mention, love.
Yeah. I love all the girlies. They were
Yeah.
badass book.
No, I love them. I'm looking at them. Those are my friends.
Those are my girls.
I like that we saw Elizabeth Lale.
Yeah, she slayed.
Mm-hmm. OG.
That was OG.
Yeah. Least favorite? I went Joe, but
Joe.
you know.
I went Joe, but also he's the whole show.
We wouldn't be here without him. And I did write
I guessed it. I want his ass locked up.
I wrote the fucking, I'm trying to think what's the word, incel that they had locked up for a while that went after Bronte.
Oh, yeah.
He sucked.
He was crazy.
Yeah. They should have killed him.
They should have killed him.
But I'm glad that Bronte stays strong. Favorite moments?
Henry clocking his tea.
Yeah.
Calling him a monster. I liked episode 5, the whole... The TikTok reveal.
Yeah.
I was gagged, actually.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad I didn't spoil that for myself, because I had no clue.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I knew either.
Anna Camp. Slade.
I literally wrote, just Anna Camp playing the twins. Performance of a lifetime.
Joe getting locked the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
Joe's penis being blown off. Kate serving cunt and being alive.
Yes.
And then Marianne's monologue to Bronte.
Yeah.
So good.
That was a really good episode.
I was like, yes.
I think episode 9 was probably my favorite.
Yeah. Ugh.
Wow. And I really did, like, I talked about this already, like, the chase scene. Like, it was so scary, but it was so good. Like, it was such a good, like, climax.
And all the freaking cops.
Yeah.
There's so many.
Like, we had a caption on there, like, Officer 7, Officer 8, Officer 9.
Literally, I'm like, damn.
The whole... It just, like, felt so scary. Like, it just, like, literally every woman's nightmare is that happening.
Yeah.
It's like exactly what you picture when you have nightmares about like kidnappings, like cliche shit.
Being chased is so like
yeah.
That's always the nightmare.
Yeah.
Like in your dreams and stuff.
Exactly. Like I feel like they nailed it. Like you said, the lighting. Oh my god, it was so good and so well done.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, and the phone being the 9 being broken or like hard to, and then her hand was also bloody, so like the tapping just wasn't working. I was like,
the phone going flying.
She's
you're like, please someone hear that.
So like she can barely, and you're just like, ah!
Yeah. No, women's bodies are amazing.
I know, literally.
Her
I'm like,
and
how the hell?
getting out of those situations. Women
women's bodies are amazing.
Least favorite moments?
Oh, I think I wrote like nothing. Wait,
I can start.
Okay. Oh, no love.
Yeah.
Sad when Henry was sad.
Yeah.
Because he's just so cute and least deserved. He's literally just a little kid. Mm-hmm. Thinking Kate died.
That's literally what I wrote.
Like, I was like, oh, it's over.
Yeah.
I'm like, they killed the baddest one here.
I loved her. I don't know what happened. I became like, I was like, that's my girl! And I like was so upset when she
England.
was dead. I know how you feel.
I lost my queen.
I lost my queen too. This podcast merely makes it sound like we're Kanye West fans. I need it to be clear that we're not.
No. He just has those quotes. I forget that he quoted that.
No, it has surpassed him, and so has E.T.
Yeah. This lives on.
I wrote Kate thinking Kate was dead and him pulling the key out of his arm.
Oh, that was awful. That's
and I guess like
I didn't even see all of that because I turned away.
Maddie having to kill Reagan sucked too.
Yeah, that was sad. That happened early.
Yeah,
they really like.
It was I fear it was a good season. I think if people were missing out,
I think you're missing.
Julia's like on board. I'm like, how far did you get?
I think like I want her to get to episode 5 and be like. Yeah. The fuck?
Yeah. I just, like, loved watching Kate. Like, just, like, Kate try to figure shit out. Mm-hmm. Like, I was obsessed. When the bodyguard stepped, oh my god, badass. Oh my god,
Badass.
it's my girl. I can't wait to watch.
Signing his rights.
Yeah, her sneaking that into the arrest thing.
Like, that's badass.
Love her.
That's on.
He met his fucking match with her and Bronte combined. Like, I feel like they both played a huge role in getting him out of there. Because, like, her sending that voice memo right as she was almost dying.
Yeah.
Like, that incriminated him. And by Bronte doing what she did, sealed the deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was like, once she sent that, she was like, oh, I can die.
Yeah.
But she didn't.
Honorable mention, all the needle drops. Great soundtrack.
Oh, yeah.
We were laughing so hard when Guilty as Sin played.
I was just like really caught off guard.
What if he's
And
written
they're like driving to the. I'm like, what's going on?
But yeah, so many great songs.
Billy.
Yeah. That was really
you
good.
Made me hate
And her kissing him, I was like, girlfriend.
Yeah, during that drop, I was like, what the fuck is going on? And when he was like looking at her in the stars.
Yeah.
I said, what
So
the
stay with
hell
us, stay
is-"
with us.
I said, stay with us.
But she did what she
But
had
she
to do.
really stayed. At first, I was like, what the hell is going on? And then she grabbed that gun. Bow, bow.
Hell yeah.
I said,
On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most unserious a show could be, what'd you rate it?
oh my god, I don't know.
I gave it a 6.
Okay, that sounds good.
Because it's a little unserious, but it's still about a serial killer.
It's literally about a serial killer. His voiceovers are very unserious just because he's so delusional.
Yeah.
But I think that's what's so funny about the show is his voiceover through the whole thing. Like, you're just hearing him be so delusional.
But
Like,
one day I'm going to watch the whole show in full.
yeah, I need
just
to do
watch
that.
it.
I haven't seen season 1 and, like, I need to rewatch that.
Yeah, Long Live Peach.
Literally. That was so... Shay Mitchell.
Shay Mitchell.
My queen.
Love her. And then, would you recommend the show?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it's a specific type of show. Like, I don't think the show is for everyone. But for what it is,
I feel like for what is it, and it's a solid show.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it did end well.
yeah.
Like, could they have brought more people back? Yeah, but, like, I think, like, the storyline itself, like, was good.
And what needed to happen to this man happened.
And, like,
in a satisfying way.
I feel like the final scene of shows, like, really hinge on things. And, like, that final, like, moment and quote and look into the camera, like, I was like, yeah.
He looked directly at us. And I got a little scared.
Yeah. But fuck yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
That was you. It's Joever.
Hello. You.
Snaps. I can't wait to watch, like, all the pods now.
I know. I want to watch with the whole gang.
I love that.
But I do wish Victoria was
yeah.
in that one.
I don't think there's beef, guys. That's my statement.
I think there's beef. I hate to say it.
Like, we don't talk about real life drama, but...
Victoria Pedretti's so private. I know nothing about her.
Yeah. I don't think she's dating the guy from the show anymore.
Aw, damn.
That's all I know.
That's all I know for
like,
sure.
respecting her privacy, but
we love it.
It was fun for a
while. It was fun while it lasted. It was fun right after the show.
Yeah. All right. Should we go to... Sorry, I burped a little.
What the hell?
Game time!
I'm like rubbing my eyes.
We are in the final
Game
stretch.
time.
Look how good they look. The U cast.
Slay
Love
the
'em.
house down, boots.
Slay the house down, you. All right, we're
It's
taking a
Joever.
BuzzFeed quiz just like the cast did to find out who we are.
Oh no. Oh no.
Are you ready or what?
No. Wait. Why isn't it opening in the app?
I know, I had to search for mine because it didn't do the same thing. Okay, I'll sing while we wait. What if he's written mine on my upper thigh? Only in my mind. What's slipping back into the hedge maze? Oh, what a way to die. After the war, I went back to New York. After the war, I went back to New York. I finished up my studies and I practiced law. I practiced law, but worked next door. Even though we started at the very same time, Alexander Hamilton began to climb. How to account to his rise to the top? Man, the man is non-stop. Gentlemen of the jury, I'm curious, bear with me. Are you aware that we're making history? This is the first murder trial of a brand new nation, the liberty behind the liberation. It's pretty good. We're going to get copyright struck, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's over. It's over.
Did you find the quiz?
No.
Oh. Did you find the quiz?
Where is it? I'm literally typing in the name.
The anticipation. I had to scroll for a little. Okay, I'm going to read the first question. You catch up. Man, the man is non-stop. The Reynolds pamphlet. Have you read this? Alexander Hamilton had a torrid affair, and he wrote it down right there. Highlights the charge against me with the connection of one James Reynolds for purposes of improper speculation. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Finding out which you character we are. First, in your friend group, what best describes you? You're the planner, the comedic relief, you listen to everyone's problems, you're the mom friend, you go with the flow, or I'm always bringing new friends into the group. I'm always
bringing the new friends into the group.
Bitch, I don't want to meet anyone.
I don't actually want to meet anybody ever again. I think... I don't know. It's so awkward to answer about myself. Yourself. It's like, okay, who do you think you are? I would say that I'm either the comedic relief or I go with the flow. Okay. Sometimes. Actually, I don't think I go with the flow all the time, but...
Yeah. I think that's fair. I think we all... When I think of our friend group, I feel like we all embody a lot of these.
No, literally, I'm a little bit of... It depends on the situation.
Yeah. Because I'm inclined to be, like, it depends on the situation, but I'm inclined to be planner because I'm like, we need to get our shit together.
Because I'm a planner sometimes. But I feel like I'm a planner if we know exactly where we're going. Like, I like to just, like, plan, like, look everything up.
Yeah.
But I go with the flow when it's like I'll do it.
If someone else wants to plan, then I'll be like, okay.
I'll be like, yep, let's go.
As long as there's a fucking plan. Otherwise,
as long as there's a plan.
Someone's gonna have to step up. All right, I'm doing planner.
Okay, I'm doing the comedic relief.
Hell yeah.
What pops up on your For You page the most? Oh, freaking exposed. Thirst edits.
What are those?
I know.
Like
Lewis Pullman.
Who?
Who? Oh! Dance trends. Dan's mom. Cute animals. That's me lately. I'm getting a bunch of animal stuff. Travel vlogs, cooking tips, book talk.
I will say I am on a lot of cooking stuff, but if I'm always getting shit.
Yeah.
Which sometimes I'm like, that's a lot of work. But other times I'm like, that's work.
I'm like, that's way too much work. And I scroll
But I still bookmark. But I have to admit, I'm definitely on thirst edits. Oh, wow.
Everyone, let's look at Megan's TikTok likes. How many Lewis Pullman faces will you see?
Who is that?
Who is that? He's going to see this. Don't worry, he's Nebo for Nebo.
Shut up!
He's hampering.
I got traumatized.
I'm gonna do book talk.
That's also a good one.
Don't.
Okay. Pick a first edition book to buy at Mooney's. The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, Jane Eyre, Little Women, To Kill a Mockingbird, Alice in Wonderland, or Pride and Prejudice.
I'm picking Little Women.
I'm picking Pride and Prejudice.
Okay, slay. Now, if given the chance, which you character are you saving? Where the fuck is love? Guinevere Beck, Peach, Salinger, Delilah Alves, 4D Quinn, Candace Stone, Nadia Farron.
Well, thank God she is already alive.
Yeah, what?
I love her, but she's fine.
I'm gonna save her.
I think I'd pick Delilah, I think.
Yeah,
because I think I'd bring back Gwen. I would bring back Beck. Peach kind of was shady.
Peach was shady.
But, like, Delilah...
She deserved to die, maybe
Delilah
not.
was all Jenna Ortega had.
Yeah.
So I'm picking her.
Okay, well, I'm going to be different and pick Beck.
As you should. I'm glad that we're saving two
But where the fuck is love?
Well, there's another question.
Oh, is there? Oh, my girl.
And which one are you locking in the cage? Joe Goldberg style.
Oh, I'll lock love in the cage.
Love Quinn, Reagan Lockwood, Sherry Conrad, Nikki Angevine, Theo Engler, or Joe Goldberg.
Joe Goldberg.
You gotta lock him up.
Lock his ass up.
I'm gonna lock up.
Wait, no. Free Love Quinn.
No, I'll lock her up because then that means she's alive. I'm just gonna say her. Lock her up because
I'm going to
she's
lock her
safe.
up and then I'm going to release her.
Yeah.
And give her a hug. And then she's going to go kill my whole family.
I mean.
God bless. Pick a song to add to a playlist right now. Since You've Been Gone by Kelly Clarkson.
Okay.
Die with a smile.
Okay.
Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars. That Me Espresso. Sabrina Carpenter. My Anxiety. Doechii. Mama. Ooh. Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. You can kiss 100.
Which are really good.
Good luck, Big
Copyright
Five
strike,
Chapel
copyright
Boom. They're too good.
Ooh, I like. I mean, I like all these songs. I think right now, though, I want to add "Die with a Smile."
Okay. Right now, I'm gonna do "Since You've Been Gone."
Yeah,
I haven't listened to that in a while,
yeah.
so I should probably add it to the playlist.
Okay, and finally, choose a Netflix series to binge watch tonight. Well, the only one I want to watch is not on here.
That's so funny.
Okay, but we'll deal with it. Adolescence, Squid Game, Bridgerton, Black Mirror, Cobra Kai, or Dead to Me.
Tonight, I'm not watching any of these tonight.
I'm watching Ginny and Georgia, like a real one.
I'm gonna say Adolescence.
Okay. I'm between Bridgerton, because they're showing my pollen, or Dead to Me, because that show is so fucking good. I think,
We're finished.
for mental health, I'd pick Bridgerton. Ooh.
Yeah.
Did you get who you are?
So true.
Do you want me to go or you go?
You go.
I got Ellie.
Okay, we got
AKA
different. We got
Jenny
different.
Jenna Ortega.
Jenny from the block.
Honestly, an icon.
That's an
That's
icon.
I wish we saw her again.
That's a throwback.
Like, at least Love came back in a vision last season. We didn't get anything from her again.
Yeah.
Which is a bummer, but it's fine. What'd you get?
Are you gonna read your thing?
Oh, okay. Your personality matches Ellie. You're logical, extroverted, charming. Like Ellie, you're a natural born leader. Who knows exactly what needs to be done to get your way and survive in this world. Your confidence is for us to admire. It has gotten you far in life. You see through people's bullshit and use it to your advantage. It's cool. It's Jenna Ortega, though.
Well, but I'm Jenna Ortega, so it's like...
Okay, what'd you get?
I'm Bronte.
Oh, okay.
Your personality matches Bronte. You're curious. I'm just curious. Artistic.
You're Josh Beck.
Well, impulsive. True. Like Bronte. Me buying that hug.
Me by two.
I told that was really impulsive. So true. You're someone who's driven by the need to help those around you. Well,
You said,
like, I don't help it. Joke, actually. While you can be a little naive sometimes, so true, you can continue to wear your heart on your sleeve and see the good in people, no matter the consequences. I see bad in everybody, and I judge everybody
you do not wear your heart
so
on your
hard,
sleeve.
and
You
I
love
do
that
not,
show.
and I don't share my feelings at all. So this is all fake.
So BuzzFeed, scientific as
But
fuck.
at least I'm Bronte.
Yeah. At least we're baddies.
At least we're baddies.
I wanted cake. Can I take it again?
No, I don't love. You're
Yeah.
a serial killer.
Okay, we'll just be Love and Kate for Halloween.
Yes, the two baddies. My two brunette baddies.
Wow, what a show. That's a literal wrap.
Wow, I can't believe we finished another show forever.
Forever.
This podcast really started with boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Of shows
I really don't
ending.
think we finished another. I'm going to take a look. Bree, tell them what we're doing next week.
Hey guys, next week, you will never guess it.
Guess what? We haven't mentioned it.
We haven't mentioned it 7 times in this podcast alone. We're going to be talking about our girls, Jenny and Georgia. That should be exciting.
I agree.
And then I don't know what's going to happen next.
Yeah, like we said, I mean, the bear is coming, and we just have to fit that into our schedule.
Our schedule. But yeah, Jenny and Georgia is exciting.
I'm very excited. We love that show, in case it wasn't obvious.
In case it wasn't fucking obvious.
I'm looking at shows, if it's like a limited series, I don't think that really counts. Or a show that had ended before we watched it, like Dairy Girls.
Yeah.
But yeah, all the shows we talked about at the beginning, Succession, Ted technically counted at the time, Maisel, Barry, and Never Have I Ever.
Oh yeah, Never Have I Ever.
Mm-hmm. But those were all right at the beginning.
And everything else is still going.
Yeah, for now. But Summer I Turned Pretty, we're going to be ending once the Heartstopper movie comes out. Outer Banks is going into their final season.
Damn. Yeah,
Outer honestly.
Banks. Oh, I only get to be John B
one
more time.
Sex Education, I guess.
True.
I will say, this had a better ending.
This was a better ending. I don't like that.
It was like fine,
messy.
but I was a little disappointed, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
But excited to talk about Jenny and Georgia, and that's already got a season 4 guaranteed coming back.
In the books.
Wow, we love TV! Long live Joe Goldberg. Long live Kate!
Long live Kate! Long live love.
Long women!
Long live the... Buccaneers is coming back.
Oh my god! Yeah. That'll be weekly though, so
That's
we got
this
some
week,
time.
right?
You're right.
Damn.
We'll have to lock in.
Yay.
Well, as always, we'll be back with more TV. And until next time, goodbye. You.